Sooner Scoop HD.
Well, we're planning on, preparing with him. He's got such a quick trigger. Just watching some of the actions and how fast he got the shot off. He's probably got the quickest release, and he's taller and he gets it up high. He's really, I think the thing I underestimate is how hard he plays defensively. They all do. They play as hard as anybody in the country. But it's another guy that can stretch the floor. They got a lot of guys that can shoot it. Kalsher can shoot it. Holmes can shoot it. Kuntz can shoot it. They got a lot of guys that can make shots. Oshun likes to shoot it against us. I mean, he made a three against us. I think he did last year at Bonnie's too. But it just gives him one more weapon. But there's not many guys that can get it off. And you know what else I respect about Grill is how hard he works to get his shot. I always say this. It's one thing where your opponent knows you can shoot, or it's one thing to shoot the ball, but it's another thing to shoot the ball when your opponent absolutely knows you can shoot the ball. That's what a real good shooter is. It's like you watch Steph Curry, how hard he works away from the ball, how he cuts and everything. And I think Grill cuts so hard, so does Kalsher. They work so hard at cutting and getting open and hunting that shot, and they're very good at it.
With Ortega, we've gotten to see him for the last, in the role he's had the last month and a half. Talked about the defense and the potential maybe down the line. What excites you most about the future with him?
Well, for us, we're talking to him about the consistency on defense. I thought the first half he caused a lot of havoc, and he's got to maintain that for 40 minutes or whatever, the game. Athleticism, length, a lot of things excite me about Ortega. With that, he's working on his shot so they don't just play him in the paint. He needs to become a great cutter. I think he has the potential to be great in transition. It's just sometimes young guys, just to get them to that motor, the older you get, sometimes your motor increases. And that's what you're hoping, excites me about is where he is now and what can happen with his motor is just becomes a high-level motor.
Porter, you told us repeatedly, all I know how to do is just get back to work, just get ready for the next game. But has this season, for lack of a better term, what kind of toll has it taken on you? Is there any wisdom from Rick Majerus that you can sort of help try to get through what the last 3-4 months have been like?
Nothing. It's difficult. There's no question about that. Is coming in, you're playing every 3 days, and you're getting yourself back up, fired up, belief that we're going to win the game. And if you don't, you got to do it again. So I don't even think about the toll it's taken on me. All I'm doing is pouring into our culture, getting better, holding them to high standards, habits. I don't want to break on anything and habit-wise, but we're just trying to, get better, put it together. And I don't even think about taking a toll. I might think about that in May, but right now I'm in it. We're trying to win games, trying to get a winning streak starts with one, and we're trying to get that. And so. That's what my mindset is, and I'm not even thinking about me, self-pity, nothing. I'm not even thinking like that. My mind frame is all about getting the Sooners a win. Getting us going back in the right direction, playing, shrinking the mistakes. That's where my mindset is. It's not about pity, toll, nothing like that.
James?
I know you thought you were going to be a better shooting team at the beginning of the year. You thought Jacob would really come on and Tanner would really go. So at this point, what do you do to try to get your team shooting up to their potential, or can you get them shooting better at this point in the season?
It's interesting you said that because we just looked at a graphic because we played Iowa State right in the beginning of our conference. And I think going into conference, I think we were shooting 38% from three. And now I think we're under 30 in the conference play. So that's a big difference. That's not a small difference. That's a big difference. So what you can do is just keep pouring into the confidence of it, keep working to get them good shots. We had a ton of open shots against Texas Tech. And then we had a ton of contested shots where we could have passed up one for better ones. So there's a balance with that. I don't want them to get hesitant. But the bottom line in this league, the defense is so good. I've said this for 2 years because of the 2-year window that we're here. The defenses are just unreal. You've got to be able to make some shots. They're going to pack off the guys that can't shoot. They're going to be so physical. You've got to make some shots. And that is something that but you just pour into their confidence. You can't, do anything but keep getting reps, trying to find areas to get open shots, keep talking about ball movement, maybe pass up a decent one, get a better one, your percentages go up. But it's a positive where you're trying to get them, because shooting can become a wet blanket on you if you're constantly thinking of the negatives of that. But we got to shoot the ball better. So let's talk about it. Let's get better shots. Let's get in the gym and get reps.
When a guy has a unique shot like Ortega does, is that more difficult to work with? Because it's a little different.
Yeah. So, during the season, you don't really want to change mechanics. But he puts as much work as anybody on the team. He's in here all the time. The rotation comes out of his hand real nice, but he's got to work on catch and release in the offseason. Just catching it, releasing, getting it up, the time it takes to catch and release. Because it actually comes out of his hand very nice. I mean, like the backspin, everything. He just got to work on that catch and release, getting that elbow above his chin, and doing those things. But the one thing I know about Ortega, he will work. He will be in the gym working on that thing.
Justin? Or we talk a lot about Jalen's defense, but he's also had 4 assists in each of the last 2 games, which is tied for a career high for him. Just what have you seen out of him in terms of his facilitating, helping other guys get open looks?
Confidence with the ball. Just confidence. We have the confidence. Even like the last play, we didn't have a timeout, how he attacked in the Texas game. Just confidence, bringing it up. He always inbounds the ball, and some teams are letting that crack back come back to the inbounder, and he brings it up against the press handful of times. Just confidence, development, all that. Things we've worked on. We let him go in practice to be able to handle it like that. But, yeah, it's just his confidence and our confidence in him of making decisions, ball handling, is definitely something that has been going up.
Go back to the room. Any additional questions? Holden?
Yeah, just how important is it to, get a win with one of these last few games you guys got, just to maybe build some momentum?
Absolutely. It's huge. I mean, just constantly trying to believe and not come close to get over the hump, because that's where you want your program to be. And it just a win streak starts with 1. What's the max amount of Big 12 games you could have? 7. All right, that's opportunity. That's life. That's why you got to be looking at it like that. And it starts with 1. And and I feel like it's huge to come in here and we've got Iowa State at that place. We know the challenge, but we've played well in front of packed houses. We've had good games in front of environments like that. So just got to be ready and play well. I think I like what you said about Jalen, because we are letting Jalen handle the ball a little bit more.
Sooner Scoop HD.